Comfortably humid and muggy this week, so just be prepared for that. But at least the rain chances will be lower. So that's some good news in the rain department. Chelsea?
Thanks so much, Tim. Our Talk of the Town segment touches on something very personal today, coping with the loss of a spouse. There are no words that can mend a broken heart. That takes time. But I want to tell you about a place where widows can cry, vent, and share their stories. It's a support group called Widows of Opportunity. Joining me to talk about it is founder Kimberly Richardson. How are you doing today?
Doing well, and you?
I'm doing well. Tell me about your story. I know it's very personal, but if you could open up and share, that would
Yes,
be great.
on October 17, 2003, I lost my husband to a car accident. And I was in a state of shock, denial, angry, all these different emotions. I became an instant single mother, had to deal with raising my son on my own. I didn't have consistent support. You know, in the beginning, everyone's there for you. And that eventually went away. So that's my story of the loss.
Yeah, and that's something that I've definitely heard, that people just stop calling. And it just kind of stops, it falls off, and where do you go from there?
You go nowhere. I mean, that's a tremendous loss, you know, and we're not expecting anything financial. It's just, you know, check on us, check on the children, come by, cut the grass, bring us something to eat, help the children with homework. It's just simple things like that. You don't have to be there every single day, but just call once a week, even once a month, just to see how everything is going, how the family's doing, how I'm doing, you know. So.
All right, and talk about the support group that you've formed. I know it's helping a lot of women.
Definitely. The support group, we meet once a month now. It's going to be twice a month starting this month. It's definitely a need. And the women are able to come and be around like-minded women like themselves. Because with being a widow, people do not understand your loss. They think that you should move on. Why are you still grieving? Why are you still crying? So if you're around women that understand you, understand your loss, and when you talk to them, you'll be able to feel comfortable and feel like, okay, I can grieve, I can breathe now. So each month we meet the last Tuesday of the month. Also, we'll be meeting on July 18th at the library to do a support group. It's a much needed, like you said.
Okay, and being happy doesn't mean you forget. That's kind of your motto. How are you doing these days?
Doing well. Doing well, extremely blessed. If you would have asked me that question years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm not doing well. But I'm doing well because I did get the support and the help eventually. And that's the reason why I started Widows of Opportunity, so that we all can do well. Each widow that I come across, I want them to know that it's going to be okay, because when you lose your husband, you don't think it's going to be okay.
You don't.
You know, it's just like all hopes are out the window. And I want them to know, yes, it's tough, but it's going to be okay.
And also, in helping people, sometimes you learn lessons. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in all this?
Wow. I love helping people, and I guess that comes from my upbringing and my father. I've learned a lot. I see myself in them. I wasn't, you know, when you're in it, you don't see yourself. And so I see myself in the women, and I've learned a lot. That's a good question. You got me on that one, Chelsea. I've learned a lot in this journey.
Oftentimes you're much stronger than we ever realized.
Yes, definitely. That's it.
Yeah. Is that
how strong I've been. I can't believe I made it.
You go on.
Exactly.
And you also blog and offer a lot of good advice on the website. So talk about some of that blogging that you do.
Yes, definitely. I blog daily to give. I want it to be positive. I want us to grieve, but I want you to focus. I want you to be able to focus on your life, your new journey as losing your husband. You know, you lost your husband, so what are you going to do now? We had goals in the beginning. You know, some of us, when we get married, we have goals. We stop those goals because we have children and we focus on our husbands. So now I want them to know that let's focus on our goals. Let's set goals. Let's accomplish goals, and so we can move on with our lives and have a better life. So the blogging is very positive. I blog on, you know, goals, on loss, how to deal with loss, what to expect. I also blog to family members as well, to how to deal with their sister or cousin or mother or whomever had the loss.
Has there been a story where you've been able to help a woman that you're really proud of, and you said, hey, I made a difference there. I changed, you know, her outlook?
Definitely. I met with one in 2011 when we first started the organization, and she's been consistent. And because of her consistency, she did not talk at one time. She's talking. She didn't cry. She didn't write. She's talking. She's crying, and she's writing. So that's a big help. Also, I've reached a few widows out of South Carolina as well.
Yeah,
I talked. Yeah, that's Facebook
It
for
is,
you.
yes.
You
You reach a
know,
lot of people in a
yeah.
short amount of
So
time.
yes,
That's the beauty of it.
Yes, it is. So I was able to speak to one lady. I had, she sent me a message, and I started talking to her back and forth, and was very consistent, checking on her. And she was just like, "Wow, I had a rough day today." It was actually 4th of July, and I called the help center, and they didn't understand. And I just spoke to you, and I wish I would have called you early this morning. It's 11 o'clock at night when I was talking to her. You've just made my day, and the day's almost over. I said, well, take it into tomorrow. Take that energy into tomorrow and enjoy July 5th, So definitely is very helpful. I'm reaching out to a lot of widows, and that's the goal as well.
That's very positive. You're making
Thank
a
you.
great impact in the community. I know you've touched
Thank
a lot
you.
of people, and please continue the work that you do.
Thank
And
you.
like you said, you meet twice a month now, July 18th and July 30th at 7 p.m. There's the information for you, and we're going to be right back after the break. Make sure you stay with us.